Good morning, everybody. After 9 straight on the road, the Illini women's basketball team returned home for their first game at Assembly Hall in 43 days. Kirsten Magrum and the Illini taking on Alabama A&M in this one. And early on, it will be a nice outlet pass from Ivory Crawford to Magrum, who finishes and is fouled on the play for the end one. Later on, good ball movement by the Illini. Charisma Penn hitting the three from the top of the key. Illinois would go out to an 11-0 lead in this one, but A&M would respond. Nandra Robinson down low for two. However, it wouldn't be enough. Too much Illini. Crawford finding Amber Moore, who hits the corner three. Illinois goes on to win this one by a final score of 83-65. Kirsten Magrum with 19 points on 9 of 11 shooting in the game. And the Illini, they get back into action on Friday night as they begin Big Ten play against Michigan at Assembly Hall. And speaking of Big Ten play, 2 top 20 teams in action as number 17 Michigan State takes on the 15th ranked Indiana Hoosiers. Early on in this one, off his own miss, getting the rebound, Derek Nix putting back in the lay-in. Michigan State off to an early lead, but Indiana would fight back. Christian Watford hitting the three from the top of the key. Watford would finish with 26 points and 10 rebounds, but Tom Izzo's Spartans would pull away late. Keith Appling with the lay-in. He'd have 25 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists in the game. Michigan State wins it by a final score of 80-65. And Northwestern, they had lost their last 30 games in Columbus, taking on Thad Matta's Buckeyes. Ohio State with a good start in this one. Deshaun Thomas down low with the throwdown. But Northwestern, they would make this a game in the early going as John Scherna would hit the three-pointer. Northwestern would take a 10-8 lead about 6 minutes into this one. But Ohio State, they would end up pulling away as everybody expected them to. Jordan Seipert hitting the corner three. Ohio State would win it by a final score of 87-54. And it's a busy time of year for high school hoops as holiday tournaments are underway all across the region. We begin with the State Farm Holiday Classic Class 3A-4A, where Champaign Centennial fell to Normal U 62-47, and Peoria Notre Dame, well, they beat Muhammad Seymour by a final score of 64-41. And in Class 1A-2A, St. Joseph's Ogden fell to defending champs Rock Falls 66-63 in the quarterfinals. And in the Centralia Holiday Tournament, Central wins a thriller over Paducah Tillman 76-66 in overtime. And moving over to the Monticello Holiday Tournament, Coach Kevin Roy's host Monticello Sages taking on Blue Ridge. Early on, a give and go here. Isaac Bales finding Daly O'Brien back to Bales, who hits the corner three. Then off the deflection, it's the junior Bales with the pull-up from about 15 feet, and he would hit the jumper. And finally, as Monticello pulls away, Bales passes it to 6'4" senior Mitch Miller, who drains the three. Monticello rolls to victory over Blue Ridge, 72-46. And in the nightcap in the Monticello Holiday Tournament, St. Thomas More hangs on to beat Ridgeview 62-52, and Tuscola drops their second game of the day, losing to Sangamon Valley 57-40. And in the ever-changing landscape of college athletics, it looks like Illini sports will have to get used to traveling out to the West Coast. The Big Ten and Pac-12 announced an innovative scheduling agreement on Wednesday. Beginning as early as next season, the two conferences are going to significantly reconfigure their football, basketball, and Olympic sports schedules to feature games between the combined 24 schools. Now, the agreement essentially gives both the Big Ten and the Pac-12 the benefits of expansion without the messiness of conference exit fees. And in the NBA, the Indiana Pacers travel up to Toronto to take on the Raptors. Early on in this one, Roy Hibbert finding Danny Granger down low for the bucket. Granger finished with 21 points in this one. Then it's Paul George hitting one of 4 threes that he would have in the game. Indiana rolling early on. And hey, Justin Bieber in attendance. He's a Raptors fan. And baby, he would not like the final result in this one. Though Jared Bayless would make the layup here, the Pacers would pull away. As George hits the three, he'd have 18 off the bench as the Pacers win the game by a final of 90-85. And one final note for you this morning. In hockey, the Chicago Blackhawks lost 2-0 to the LA Kings. That's it for sports. Have a great morning, everybody.